Alright, welcome to another Guild Wars 2 daily commentary. So now I'm on my Elementalist because I hit level 80 on my Ranger, which was awesome. And yeah, those good times. So I decided I want to do an Elementalist next, not for any specific reason. I just figured I got a Warrior, a Ranger, and like an Elementalist is the most common, like basic caster, I guess. Not that they're basic as in not interesting, but you know, the most normal caster, I guess, for lack of a better word. So yeah, I have no idea really how to play an Elementalist at all. I don't know. So this is gonna be rough for a while until I figure this class out. But I actually missed my dailies yesterday. I was just too busy with stuff and I was really tired, and I ended up I was planning on doing them today before it reset, but that didn't happen. So luckily I got to the Svanir Shaman event right when it was starting, so I was able to start recording for this. Yeah, so that'll be fun. The only thing that sucks is that I can't do a lot of the world bosses now because I'm only level 25 on this guy. So there's only a handful of ones I can do right now, which I think there's like 3. The Fire Elemental, the Jungle Worm, and the Shadow Behemoth. So 4 total, I believe, if I mathed right there. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. It's okay. It's not too big of a deal, but it's just the higher level I get, the more I'll be able to do, the more fun it will be. And yeah, that's the way I see it. But it'll be fun learning this class, or this profession. I'm so used to calling it class because of WoW, but I think the Elementalist is a really cool class, but it's also a really difficult class. That's just my opinion. I think they're one of the most, that and the Thief are one of the two of the most, I'd say, difficult classes, to be honest. Like, to put it straightforward, it's a difficult class in my opinion. There's a lot more going on, a lot more to know, and a lot more to utilize than, say, a Ranger or a Warrior, which is really the only other two I've played a lot. And I guess those are kind of basic classes too, so that obviously has an impact on it. But it's a cool class either way. I really do like the Elementalist. I think it's a fun class. I like how they made the different elements toggleable between, like, in combat instead of weapon swapping. That's really unique and a really cool take on the combat system and how the Elementalist functions. Because in Guild Wars 1, you had to basically spec into which element you wanted to use the most, and you could go into multiple a little bit, but you really had to focus on one, and that was kind of all you dabbled in. I mean, the other weird thing about this event is, like, my frames go down to like 18. That was pretty low frame rates there. But then once he gets like below 50% health or so, I don't know if that's a coincidence or that has something to do with it, but my frames go back to normal. And this is on minimum settings, so I have no idea what causes it. It's not a big deal. It's just there's so many particle effects and snow and everything that I understand why it's demanding, but I don't know what changes partway through the fight that would cause it to just suddenly have good performance again. I don't know. Either way, I'm happy I'm getting experience and stuff for this. That's the important part for me. But yeah, this was actually the first world event I ever did, and that was back when I first started playing, and I didn't even know it was like a world event then. I just thought it was like another event. I didn't realize it was like such a big event that was on timer like that. So yeah, it's just facts, I guess. Well, that looks like it's it for that. I'm gonna go. Where should I go? I think Kessex Hills? No, Queensdale. Because I haven't finished this place, and I want to finish it. Where should I start? I haven't gone into this. I swear there's stuff in this cave, but I can't remember. We're just gonna go here. We're just gonna go there and see what happens. Yeah, the other thing with the Elementalist is I can't decide what weapons to use. I like the staff because it's just nice range, nice AoE, and everything about that is just fun and convenient and nice. But is there an event going on here? That looks like a lot of mobs. Oh, sweet. Well, this is what I'm doing now. I love it when there's just events. They just pop up. It's actually The other thing about Elementalist I noticed is, speaking of which, right there, you're super squishy. Like, ridiculously so. I'm getting hit by normal mobs and it's taking a shit ton of my health. And, I don't know. I don't like that at all, but that's the class. And maybe it'll get better as I learn the class better and, you know, just get better gear and whatnot. But currently, it is ridiculous how squishy you are. Like, at least with a Necromancer, you have, like, your life... Death Shroud is what it's called. So you can swap your life for that. And so you can die in that, but you don't actually die. And you can swap that out as long as you have the energy or whatever it's called to power it. And the Mesmer just has all these crazy CC and utility mechanics you can just use to just, you know, avoid damage or just, you know, make yourself a lot more survivable. And the Mage, I keep calling it a mage, it's not a mage. The Elementalist just, I don't even know what they have. They have Earth, which I guess, yeah, that allows you to be more defensive, and they have Air, which is a lot more control, but I don't know. Fire is where the damage is at, man, and if I'm leveling up, I gotta kill shit, so I'm gonna use Fire. I don't know. I'll learn it as I go. I love this, that you have a dodge like that. That's really cool. Kind of reminds me of the Ranger's, what's it called? Short bow ability, where you just step back from your target. You shoot and gain swiftness and everything, and it counts as a quick dodge. I love it when there's abilities like that built in. Oh god, I'm dying again. Okay. Let's just cast that, cast this. I love Meteor Shower, though. I'm about to die. I'm about to, like, really die. I might need to get a different heal. See, this heal is for... stay the fuck away, please. God damn. This heal is something that is meant for, like, when you're using a lot of abilities really fast. Staff is not a weapon that does that, so I don't think it complements it very well. And, like, now that it's gone, I don't have any, like, see that? I don't have any way to heal at that point, so come on, let me okay, sweet. Let's get this guy up. But yeah, the staff is a pretty slow attack rate or cast rate. And yeah, so god damn, there's just too many of them. They're okay if that's succeeded. But yeah, the staff just doesn't seem like it complement. It doesn't. This, what's it called? Signet of Restoration does not complement your staff very well, I don't think. It's a cool ability, no doubt, Signet of Restoration, but the staff, I don't know. It's just not that fast of an attack speed, and I feel like daggers or really any other mage weapon is much more suited for that. But like I said, staff is kind of the easiest weapon to use as an Elementalist, so that's why I'm kind of using it instead, to get the hang of it and try to really figure out this class a little more. Yeah, I know using Meteor Shower right there was stupid, but I just think it looks so cool and it's fun to use. But I'm sure I'll get better as I learn this class. It's definitely not going to be something I'll be too crazy about at level 80. It's not going to be a profession. I keep calling it class, I know. It's not going to be a profession that I play a lot of in the long run. But, I mean, as long as I play this game, you know, assuming I never quit or anything in the long run, I still want to get every class. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, I can't just not call it class. I'm so used to WoW. But what I'm trying to say is I just can't not have... Oh my god, I can't talk is what's happening right now. I don't even know what I was going to say now. I think I was going to say I want... Yeah, as long as I keep playing, I want to have eventually every class to 80, because like I did the same thing in WoW with level 90, and it's fun to me. I don't know why. It's just lots of people absolutely hate leveling. I love it. It's like my favorite thing. So that's why I want to do this. And like I said, I was just trying to get the 3 most basic classes just done first. I kind of had a rotation of the way I want to roll through each type of profession I want. I'm sure I've called it class just the last 5 times. So yeah, I'm going to try to call it profession as much as I can, but there's a good chance I'm going to keep calling it class even right after this sentence. Anyway, the rotation of professions that I want to do. I almost just called it class again. Anyway, the rotation of classes I want. Wow, I can't call it profession, because in WoW, professions are your, like, blacksmithing and herbalism and alchemy and all that, and I just, oh my god, I don't associate this with a class. It's just not a class to me. It really isn't. My god. I might just have to... What are they called in this game then? Like, what are the fucking things where you make shit in this game called? Crafting... I can't click that menu because I don't have it unlocked, I guess. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to try to call it professions, but I'm probably just going to just start calling it classes, and people can hate that if they want. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, my rotation of professions I want to level would be a melee, like the warrior. I already did that, so there's warrior done. And my ranger was like almost the next closest before my guardian to level 80, so I picked him instead of doing my guardian because I didn't want to do another melee right after a melee. So I did a ranger, which I just call, since they're not a caster or anything, I just call them like a physical ranged class, basically, which is basically like a hunter in WoW, you know, a ranger in this, or an engineer in this, or any class that attacks from a range but doesn't use casting abilities like spells and whatnot. So a physical ranged class, right? So I did that, and then now I was like, okay, I've done that. So that's two types of, you know, very basic looked at type of classes, type of professions. And then I was like, okay, I want to do a caster now because I don't have a caster. I've done the melee. I've done, you know, your typical melee, typical ranged, your physical range class or profession. And now I want to do your typical caster profession, caster class, whatever you want to call it, you know, which is it's a elementalist or a mage. I mean, elementalist is a mage if you want to compare it to WoW or anything. It's a mage, it really is. But they're called elementalists, just like profession is classes. And WoW, it's called professions. But I played WoW forever, and I also played Guild Wars for a long time back in the day. And it's just, I don't know, the terminology of WoW, I guess, has stuck with me more than the terminology of Guild Wars, even though I played both of them since they're on the same time and for about the same amount of time. So whatever. So that's why I'm working on this guy. Even if I didn't do the Elementalist, I could have done, say, the Necro. I could have done a Mesmer, because I think those are the only two in this game that are casters, if I'm thinking correctly. I think that's right. Let me think here. There's Elementalist, there's Necromancer, there is Mesmer, and what else? That should be it, yeah. Because there's those three, and then there's Guardian, Thief, Warrior for melee, which that's 6, and there's 2 others, which are Ranger and Engineer for the physical ranged. So yeah, so it was one of those 3 that I could have picked from if I wanted to do a caster like I did. And it just made the most sense to pick the Elementalist, because the Elementalist is your most, I guess, stereotypical, for lack of a better word, basic caster class. And that was the same with the Warrior, that was the same with the Ranger. They both kind of fit into that mold, and that's just what I wanted to go for. So that's what I did. Which I think is a good decision. And so my plan going forward with that is to finish this guy, obviously, and then the next time I level a character to 80 from the beginning, obviously, it will be a melee again, and this time it would be a Guardian, only because my Guardian is already level 35, I think, so there's no point in not doing him next. So that's why I would do that. Otherwise I would probably do a Thief, because that's a little different. A Guardian's a lot similar to a Warrior in my opinion, because they're both heavy armor classes. They're both, kind of tanky. They're both kind of like up in your face, swinging large weapons around. Roar, I'm a big, strong man kind of class profession, whatever. That's the reason why I would ideally do a Thief instead. But because he's so close, or not so close, but because he's already started and, at that far at this point, I figure might as well. There's no reason not to. So that's what I'm gonna do after this profession, this guy, if everything goes to plan. And then after that, it would be another physical ranged, which the only thing left would be my, or not my, but a engineer, because I haven't even made an engineer yet. And then after that, it would be another caster, which I think at that point I would do a necro, because I'm not too keen on mesmers. I do want to level a mesmer at some point, but that's going to be the last class I level. I've already decided that, because I don't know a lot about them, and yeah, they're just... I've never been a big caster player. I really haven't. I think casters are awesome, don't get me wrong, but I've always been melee as my main in any MMO, and range as a very close second, physical range. Caster was always cool to me, but I never really did it a lot. So that's just my take on things. The only thing is I will have to buy 3 character slots in the course of that time, but since they don't, to my knowledge, they don't have like character slot packs where you can get like 2 or 3 together for a slightly cheaper price. I'll just buy them one by one once I get to the point where I need them, so then I don't feel like I'm dropping like $30 all at once. I'm dropping 10 at a time or something like that, so it's not as like impactful. And if I don't end up finishing that character, I don't feel like, oh, I just wasted $30 or something. It's like, oh, I spent $10, I leveled this guy for a while, but that's not a big deal because that's $10, and I know I'll come back to it someday. So that's the way I see it. But yeah, I really hope I figure out this character soon, though, like to a point where I actually am decent at it, because it sucks feeling like you're not very, feeling really squishy and feeling really crappy at your profession, your character. It's not fun. See, the warrior and the ranger are just so straightforward, and I'm so used to that playstyle from other MMOs that it kind of meshed with me, and I picked it up really quick. I'm not like bragging or anything, saying I'm really good at it, but it let's just say it was easy for me to kind of get a handle on. Not to be good at it, but to really grasp how the playstyle was and how to be efficient at it, at the very least. And with Elementalist, it's like, oh, I have 4 of these different things I can switch between. Well, I don't know when I switch to which and what I should use for when. Obviously, water or ice is really good for when people are dying and I'm dying, because with this I can switch to water here. And see, I don't even know all their abilities yet. I don't know them by heart. I knew all the warrior and ranger abilities by heart pretty much for the main weapons I used. With this is more difficult, because instead of having 8 or 10 abilities to know all the time for my 2 weapons that I normally ran with, I have to know twice that. I have to know, I can't math. 32? Is that numbers? There's 5 on, I was thinking there's 4. There's 5 on each bar, and there's 4 different ones, so 20. So I have to know 20 instead of 10. Wow, I'm dumb. That was just twice the amount. Okay, let's just move on from that. But it's hard to remember all these abilities when I've barely played an Elementalist. I made one in the past, deleted it because I wanted character slots because I tried every class at one point, very, very briefly, just to get a feel for them. But like, for instance, I can switch to water attunement in either when I'm soloing or in an event, and I can do 3, which I'm just reading now to check. It's a geyser, and I don't even know what it does. I just know it heals. So you create a geyser to heal nearby allies. Number of targets is 5 for 2 seconds. It's it's just one of those on the ground AoE effects, which is really cool. And then 5 is healing rain, which is like a mega version of that also cures conditions every 3 seconds. Sorry, I am pretty tired and out of it today, so the commentary on this is pretty terrible, I can already tell, but it's just still gonna happen because I enjoy making these regardless of how dumb I might sound. Yeah, so from my knowledge so far, from what I've barely learned, fire is your main damage spec. It's just, I wanted to attack that. Let's try to heal this guy. Yeah, I healed him. But yeah, fire is your main damage, like pew pew, laser beams. It's not even laser beams, just pew pew explosions and whatnot. I guess air is really CC based, really control. Air does damage, yes, but it's definitely a lot of control in there. A lot of CC, soft CCs, hard CCs, mixed with damage. So there's lots of blinds, there's lots of pushbacks, snares, stuns, all that stuff. Obviously, like I said, water is very heal, and it's more of an assisting kind of attunement. I think it meshes really well in group play because you have a lot of abilities that can really benefit your party members. It doesn't even have to be your party members, just people you might be playing with in an event or whatever. And then there's Earth, which so far, from what I've briefly looked over, Earth is like your defensive kind of attunement, but also seems to be very, very well versed in condition applying. Lots of bleeds are prominent with Earth. So let's see what do I have left for dailies. I'm not doing very good on my dailies. Okay, leveler. I'm gonna have to do that at this point to actually do anything. This is gonna be a really long commentary. Daily dodger, I suck at that. We found that out the hard way. Karma spender. 0 of 750 karma spent. Okay, that's not too bad. Alright, what do I have to do here? Talk to some dude. Oh, to train, okay. What do you need me to do? I'll show them how it's done. Okay, so I guess I just go pick up a thing and... What do I have? Just as I launch my attack. I want to try to use this to get daily dodger, actually. I wonder if I can. Okay, that was a fucking fail. No, it doesn't count. Attack me, bro. Oops. Oh shit, it worked. Oh, well, I mean, yeah. I'm just gonna dodge you, bro. Come on, attack me. Oh! Get wrecked. Oh! Oh, wow. I celebrated too early. Okay, I'm just gonna use this to get dodger first, and then I'll start actually blocking him. Oh, I didn't have enough fucking energy. Fuck, man. This is rough. Attack me. Oops, I pressed that way too early. He's gonna knock me down, yep. Alright, I got this. Oh, he got wrecked by that person. Even though it's just an NPC. Oh, shit. I just ran. Oh, okay. I got this. I'm gonna block him for real this time. Shit, I thought he was going for me. I'm ready. I'm ready. I wasn't ready. I mean, I was ready, but I wasn't ready. Like, my ability was ready. Shit. Keep panicking. Come on, hit me. Oh. Oh, juked. Juke, bro. I run off, man. Is he going for me? He's gonna go for me. No. Why didn't you go for me? Go for me, bro. Haha. Yeah. I'm just trying to get this daily. I haven't blocked him once. That's okay. I only have like one more dodge here. Come on. Yes. Let's try to get one block in. There we go. I'm out. I want to do this one. Alright. Oops.
Not enough to hit the target. You must learn to hold.
I'm not good at this. Say hold. Shit, I pressed it too early. Ready? Yeah. Fire. Okay, this one's boring too. I remember I didn't like this when I did this on my Guardian. I like this one the most.
Come on, that's way too slow. Try attacking me as I lower my guard.
Yeah, get wrecked. Oh, come on, don't put your shield back up. Yeah, bish. Oops. I guess you can only get one attack in during her non-guard phase. Oh, you tricked me. Ready? I'm ready. Dare you, stand up. Stand up. God damn it.
Way too slow. Try attacking me as I lower myself.
Yeah, glancing. I want to know what glancing blows are. On 2? Nope, I can't get 2. It's just best gameplay 2014 right here. Shit. She turns and I just assume that that means her guard's up. There we go. I'm just gonna spam this because it doesn't really make a difference. Okay, now I'm ready. Nope.
Come on.
Now I'm ready. I'm ready.
Try attacking
I'm so
me
ready.
as I lower myself.
Lower your guard. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I feel like I could have got 2 that time. These dorks always just fall over. I'm so ready. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. There we go. Boop. I booped you. This is Boop Wars now. Boop 2014. Okay, I should only have to do this a couple more times. This is just one of those hearts that's just like, lol.
Come on. That's way too slow.
Apparently, people in chat are just saying yo mama, and I have no idea what the context is. That's okay. Come on. Yes! Alright, sweet. Sweet! Still need to level, though. So, I did that heart. I'm just trying to 100% this zone. I'm much higher level than it, but that's okay. I'm doing all the human zones. Or, well, the starting zone, and working my way back up to my level. What is this one? I don't really have a waypoint there. I'm just gonna go here. Oh shit, fire elemental's about to spawn. We're going there. Hell yeah. This is a fun event too. I didn't think it would take me this long to get my dailies done, but you know, shit happens. Quickly. Oh shit, I thought I was in air attunement. But yeah, to quickly recap the different attunements, since I had such trouble going over them last time. Fire equals damage, because fire burns people, and it hurts. Water equals healing, because it's soothing and nice, and you heal people, and slow them down a little bit, so it snares and heals, mainly. And air equals control, CC, swiftness, you know, stuff like that. And earth is defensive and conditioned. So that's the very, very basic understanding that I have of them. I prefer fire because it's just, I want to do damage. I think water is the coolest element. Ha, no pun intended. Though water can be warm, I guess, but in this case it's generally more icy than it is just cold or watery. This is water, and that's water, I guess. I don't know what this one is. Here, you guys have that. Oh, that's a snare, yeah. And then this one is cool, because I can heal everyone. I also realized the auto attack for this doesn't do a lot of damage, but it heals people every time, and it heals 5 people. Like, for events like this, that's so awesome. I love it. So I can just, like, heal people forever. But they have to be near the target I'm attacking. Other than that, it's awesome. Oh, I just think water is such a cool element, regardless of like its uses in this game. I think it's really cool. So I don't want to use staff as my main weapon for very long, but I think for now it's the best bet because it's just the easiest to really learn from. And then dagger, I don't want a dagger either. The closest range I want to do is, I think it's called scepter. Let's see. So scepter, yeah, scepter and dagger would be the closest range setup I would do. And I love how these guys just spin around like that. They're so crazy. But scepter dagger would be the closest I do. Scepter focus is cool too, but I'm not too big a fan of the focus's abilities. I don't know. Create a swirly that deflects projectiles is cool. Knock down your foe, that's cool. See, these are all like CC type stuff and whatnot. I don't like the channely lightning attacks that much either. It's just not my favorite thing. Shit, am I dying? No, I'm not dying. I thought I was dying there. The Phoenix attack for the scepter is really cool though. And then Dragon's Tooth or whatever this is called. Yeah, Dragon's Tooth is awesome, but it takes forever to cast and land, so that's kind of why I don't like it. It kind of sucks for that reason. It's really good if you can plan it out and land it, but if you can't, good luck. Good luck. The other reason is Flame Wall. That's another focus ability. It's cool. It's good. Like, it's not a bad ability by any means, but it's, I don't know. It's hard to kind of benefit from a whole lot by yourself, because I'm considering solo play the most when I'm leveling, and so I'm not really planning out how to play this class or this profession for the best build for damage or working with other people, but more so for myself, because I just want to level as fast as possible, and I don't see this being, like, obviously I can make enemies run through that really easily, but at the same time it's just kind of annoying to use. And then the shield, that's nice. I don't really understand that much about it. You envelop yourself in a fiery shield that burns foes and grants might each time you are struck. So that's cool. That's a nice little, I don't think it does any defensive stuff. It's defensive, but only it's really just offensive, I guess. It's not really defensive at all. It's only defensive because it's a shield. It doesn't actually shield you, it just gives you might. It basically gives you more damage, is all it does. It's cool though. Wow, they killed that thing fast. And Phoenix is cool because it goes between different targets. I think 5 targets total, yeah. Gives you vigor, which is nice for dodging, and it does good damage too. It's just a cool ability. I like Phoenix. Like I said, Dragon's Tooth is fucking awesome if you can make it hit. But most of the time you can't because it takes forever to cast. And then I don't even know these ones. I know Water Trident heals. I think 3 is like the common healing skill for water. Let's see. Shatterstone is cool. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what it does though. Vulnerability. It's hard to land as well because it takes like 2 seconds to blow up. Unless you're fighting a boss that doesn't move, it's never gonna land. That's what sucks. And then what's this? Chill your foe. See, this is the thing. I don't know what any of the abilities do off the top of my head, so I kind of just need to learn them and then go from there before I really decide on what weapon setup I want to do. Because I don't know enough about the weapons to know what would be best for leveling. And I don't know. The thing that bums me out the most about Guild Wars 2 is that there aren't a whole lot of, like, there are build resources out there, but there aren't like a lot of them. Like Guild Wars 1 had PVX Wikia, which was just a wiki page with a bunch of builds that people would submit and people could vote on, and they were awesome. They were super helpful, and it was, you know, they had ratings and everything, and it was broken down by professions and whatever, and there was always lots and lots of builds being submitted, and there were lots of people voting on them, so you could really filter out what the good ones were and what the bad ones were, and figure out the best for what you wanted to do very quickly. And from my time spent Googling builds, I haven't really found a resource like that. I found resources, of course, that are full of different builds, but lots of them don't have many ratings on them. There aren't a lot of new ones. It just doesn't seem like very many people are submitting builds, and even less people are actually voting on them, so it's hard to figure out what's actually good and bad, and you're kind of just like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just try to figure out my own, which I don't mind so much, but at the same time, it's nice to know from more skilled players what the best build is for certain things, because there's always a meta. There's always a meta for every game that you can tweak stuff like that, and it'd just be nice to know what that is for each class. Yeah, I called it a class again. I know it's a profession. I can't even. But yeah, I would like to know the meta builds for these, and the problem is most of those are probably based off of specific dungeons. Like, I don't even know what the fractals are that much. I'm guessing it's a dungeon type thing, so I'm sure there's plenty of meta profession builds, but meta team builds as well. And I don't know, there just aren't a lot of resources for finding good leveling builds. from what I've looked up. And I know it doesn't matter that much what you build. Anything will work. I just am the kind of person who wants to find the best possible build voted on and proven by many people, instead of like, oh, I'm gonna mess around with all these things until I find something that works well. Because I feel like I'm not that creative in thinking of builds, so I know there's other people that will think of smarter things than I will. Like I said, I like making my own builds because it's fun, but most of the time when I make builds, they're just stuff I do for like, just for fun, nothing serious, and they aren't like the most efficient builds. And I would rather just find the most efficient build and use that. That's just me. I know a lot of people are not that way, and they much prefer to make their own builds and have fun with the customization. I'm not really that way. I like I said, I don't mind making my own builds, but if you give me the option to just take a build that people have already created and that is proven to be the best or one of the best for what it's designed for, whether that be PvP, PvE, leveling, what have you, you know, I'm gonna pick that over anything that I would make myself, because I know it's better than what I'm making, and I can still have fun with it. That doesn't really take away from the fun I'm having, unless it just happens to be a build that I really hate for some reason. That's rare. So I guess for now with the Ellie, I'm just gonna kind of do whatever until I really get a grasp on it, and then try to make a build from there. So I think I don't know. I just find myself like, when I'm just killing stuff, I don't see a reason to ever switch out of fire, like fire presence or whatever it's called. What is it called? Attunement. Fire attunement. It's just like, why would I switch out of the attunement that does the most damage if I'm just killing stuff? The only time I would do that is if I need to switch to water really quick, put a geyser on the ground and hope that it heals me, or I need to switch to air to give me swiftness and push them back, or, you know, drop a thingy and stun them. But for the most part, everything dies so fast that you're just like, okay, I'm gonna open up with, what is this, lava font, and then blow them up with flame burst, and then shoot them with a couple fireballs, then dodge backwards, make them run through my fire, and if I even get to the dodging backwards, that's rare that I need that for a normal mob. Before then, they're generally dead. Like, oh, and then I do that, and then they're dead. So I don't have time to switch. I don't have a need to switch to other attunements in that course of that fight. So I don't know. I'm just gonna try to learn it, figure out how to properly play an elementalist. Hopefully, that's why I wished there were more like people submitting guides and resources for that. Maybe there are, and I'm just not finding them. But if there were, if there aren't, I wish people would start doing that, because it is so helpful. There's a lot of people that can benefit from it, myself included, obviously. It's just, especially with MMOs, it's just a big, I feel like that's just a big part of the game, is having that community and people submitting guides and resources to help out other players. And like I said, that is a thing in Guild Wars 2, but when it comes to builds, I don't know. I think it's a little, there could be a lot more activity in that part of the game. I just noticed that. Maybe it's just me, but compared to Guild Wars 1, it seems like there is a lot less activity with builds for all different, builds for all different purposes of the game. Of course, there's going to be builds for the very meta in-game stuff, but there's not a lot for leveling and other things that I found. There's definitely some YouTube guides, but most of those are outdated at this point, because people who made them at launch, or made them 6 months or a year after launch, and we're 2 years after launch now, and things have changed quite a bit since then. So yeah, it'd be useful if someone who knew what they were talking about would take the time to make a full set of leveling guides for every profession. Now, obviously, you can base your current builds off of guides that were made during launch and stuff, because there are still similarities in the abilities, and even though lots of things have changed, there are definitely still shared things, for lack of a better word. There's still lots of things that have been changed. Oops, I should have dodged that. I walked into it. Anyway, lots of things have been changed around and whatnot, but they still share a lot of similarities, I would say. They're still very, many things that actually work in. It's more like tweaks than actual large changes in how abilities function. So you can still base it off of old guides. But I just wish there was something that was like, hey, this is a new guide for this profession, all the professions, and this is what is good for leveling. You can tweak it however you want, blah blah. So I think a big part of it for me though is with the Elementalist. I just have no fucking clue what I'm doing. So I'm just like a lost puppy. Like, okay, do I use air or do I use fire now, or do I use water now, or do I use the 3 now, or do I just heal everyone, or do I use earth? What does earth even do? I don't know. What's this do? I don't even know what this. That's an earth wall. It's just that's how I feel. I'll use this. I hate how so many Ellie abilities take forever to go off though. That's my biggest pet peeve with this class so far. This profession so far. I keep correcting myself, but I can't remember. It's not a profession to me. It just really isn't. Anyway, it's just like whatever this is takes forever to happen. Dragon's Tooth takes forever. Even Lava Font takes forever to. It hurts. It starts doing its damage instantly, but it takes, what is it? 4 seconds to fulfill its duration to get your max damage out of it. So that kind of sucks. And what else is there that takes forever? I don't know. There's several abilities that. Oh, this. Oh, what is this? Shatterstone. Right? No, that's not Shatterstone. Ice Spike. It's just like Dragon's Tooth. It takes forever. Well, I thought people started this event every time afterwards. I know there's a little event here with the champion that people normally do right afterwards because it gives you more XP. But, I mean, even with all those things that I don't understand or don't do very well with the Elementalist, it's still a fun class. Still a fun profession. So yeah, I think I'm just going to call them classes. It's just, profession's not going to happen. They're classes for me now. That's just what I call it. That's just what I'm going to call it. So yeah, it's a fun class. A very fun class. It's just cool. Like I said, it's unique. But it's confusing, and I'm not very good at it. So it's going to take... It's taking a lot of time to really understand it. That's all the more reason to level it up, though. That is all the more reason. I don't think this event's gonna happen now. Ow. That was rude. That was rude, you Minotaur. When is this event? I want this event to happen, man. It's a cool event. These people are still waiting, so someone mentioned something about a key. So maybe it's still gonna happen? I don't have a very good feeling about it happening now, just because no one is doing anything. What are people saying? Nope, no one's doing anything. Do we just wait? Is this what we do? Just wait forever? Oh, please tell me you're gonna...
Hello.
Are you gonna do it? Crew researcher? You look like you're... Why are you walking like that? Are you dying? Yeah. What? What? What is even happening right now? That's what I want to know. I guess... Do we just wait? I feel like we're just gonna wait. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on. I want this event to happen though, because it's good XP. Get out of here. The other thing is, like, Lava Font is really hard to land too, and since you're, like, okay, if I was a warrior or a guardian or even a ranger, I could just stand on top of them and tank them while I let Lava Font do its thing. But I'm an elementalist. I'm really squishy. So doing that is a good way to die. Obviously it's a good opener, because by the time they run out of it, generally, it takes its toll. But even so, it's hard to get Lava Font to do its full duration of damage without just sitting there and getting hit by them. At least from what I've done. It's like, I normally, with the staff, I open up a Lava Font, and then do flame burst, and then just auto attack and see it's dead. But that's a low level mob, so it doesn't really count. If I was doing this on something my level, it wouldn't be dead that quick at all. Obviously. I don't know, I feel like this isn't gonna happen. Let's see. Is anyone... Oh, so, yep, it's a key. Someone said they finished their key and it's not working at the console. Look, everyone's gone. There's no fucking way you're gonna kill a champ now. Like, fuck that. How much XP do I need to level up? Whoa! People are going in over here. I'll heal you, dude. If I can heal people. Oh, I see. Okay, it's an event. Sweet, there's an event here. I don't need none of those other events. I can do this. Push you back. No, you can't get pushed back. Let me do that. I just dodged for no reason because I was afraid that was going to hit me. Lava Fawn. This. Go. Powers. Dead. Yes. Ouch. There we go. There's a level up. There's the dailies. That's how you do it. Blow you up. You're all deed. She was deed. Okay. Got some karma. And wait, they out. Stop that, imp. Rude. Get out of here. You don't know the facts. Okay. What did I... Oh yeah. They added this with the update. This level up rewards. So every level you get a little special thing. It's really neat. So I got 8 skill points. That's a lot. I got some magic find. And then I get a select a reward, which this happens to be... Oh man, I'm tired. The upgrade thingy. So I'm gonna do power, precision. I just feel like it's, you know, the standard for most things. Most damage setups, most leveling setups, power, precision. Yeah, this isn't gonna happen. So I'm gonna go to LA, Lion's Arch. Where is that? That's here. Wait, what? What is this? Oh, that's the volunteer thing. Okay. Yeah. This is another really long episode. I don't know. I'm just talking nonsense the whole time. I'm tired. I'm very tired and out of it. So that's just gonna be the way it is today. But that's okay. Just want to get back to LA so I can go on the blue tent tarp thing. Yeah. Wait. I like to get the buff from this guy. I'm gonna use dignity on this guy, use charm on my ranger. I feel like they kind of took away the importance of those 3 traits or whatever they're called. They used to be in here. I swear they used to be in here somewhere and they're not anymore. What is this guy talking about? Okay. Yeah, so this was an interesting one, I guess. I don't know. I'm learning this class, this profession. So yeah, that's it.